Welcome back, everybody, to RFL. Now, one of the things we always prep for in a storm like this, obviously, are power outages, and most, well, they last a few hours or maybe an overnight. But on Long Island, after LIPA kept so many in the dark for so long after Hurricane Sandy, LIPA is out, and as of Wednesday, PSEG is in. So the question is, how will they fare with the first winter storm of 2014? Believe me, a lot of people paying very close attention. We'll file this one. News reporter Carolyn Fortino went to go look for some answers. She's at PSEG headquarters in Uniondale with that story. Carolyn?
Well, good evening to you, Rich, and that's right. The snow has not yet begun to fall here in Nassau County, Long Island, but we are definitely experiencing chilling temperatures and gusting winds, and blizzard conditions are expected within the next few hours. Now, this evening's winter storm will be the first big test for PSEG Long Island. The New Jersey-based power utility company took over for LIPA on January 1st. New employees, new technologies, and most importantly, a new method for storm response are all among the changes that took place in the transition from LIPA to PSEG Long Island. Officials from the New Jersey-based power utility company say they are fully prepared for this winter storm, which could bring blizzard conditions across Long Island.
We've got all of our crews set up. We are fully staffed. Our materials are things that we need to make sure that restoration and preparedness goes, that restoration happens without any failure, are here and ready to go and ready to roll when the storm ultimately hits.
PSEG is urging all homeowners to prepare for possible outages by gathering flashlights and batteries, keep a non-electric phone in your home, have coolers on hand to store food, and have an electrician install a generator. But for the 11 million plus electric customers on Long Island, they are expecting better service and fewer outages from PSEG Long Island.
We get power outages all the time, so they better prove something good.
As far as dealing with storms, I think there's no way to go but up, so I think we'll be in a better position.
Now, Nassau County Executive Ed Mangano is also reminding residents that the Warm Bed Emergency Shelter Program is active. Now, residents can call that hotline 7 days a week and be placed in emergency shelters during winter storms like this one. We're live in Uniondale. I'm Carolyn Fortino. Rich, let's send it back to you.
All right, Carolyn, thank you very much. So just how do utilities prepare for what could be a blizzard here, and especially with temperatures we haven't seen here for years? And for that, we turn to Mike Donovan. Mike is with Orange and Rockland Utilities, subsidiary of Con Ed. Mike, I appreciate you spending a few minutes with us on what will be a very, I'm sure, challenging evening. First off, explain for the layperson here the difference between if it's heavy, light snow or if it's wet snow and how it impacts here outages.
Well, the water density is the key feature here between the powdery snow that we're expecting tonight and the heavy wet snow that we've had in the past. And it's a weight gain. The wet heavy snow creates a significant impact on the lines in a couple of ways. One, with the initial weight on the line of the heavy snow, and then when it starts to melt off, that sag bounces when the snow melts off the lines, creating another impact on the line and another opportunity for an outage to occur. With the powdery snow, it sits on the lines, much less weight, blows off with the wind, no weight on the lines, much better for us.
Now, for utility here, wind, obviously, certainly an enemy. With some of the numbers that we're talking about, again, you could be looking at between a half a foot and a foot in terms of accumulation for snow, but the winds, what wind speeds do things get particularly dangerous here and lead to either limbs coming down on wires or even altogether wires coming down?
Well, it depends on the condition of the equipment, and it depends on the condition of the tree stock. We've had some fairly windy weather in the last few weeks, and that's kind of knocked out some of the dead branches that were up there from the autumn. The equipment's in much better shape right now than it's been in a while, because we've done a lot of post-Sandy resilience programs that have fortified the system and made it much stronger. They call it storm hardening, and that's what we've been doing here to be more preventative and proactive in terms of fighting off that kind of phenomena. What the bottom line really comes to here is that, generally speaking, what happens is that the tree stock is the key, and if the wind blows the limbs into the lines and takes them down, that's usually the precipitating event. We anticipate that the winds tonight, at least for us, are going to be relatively moderate. Some gusts will be up to the 35-mile-an-hour range, and at least that's what we see for the forecast. So that's not a cause for concern, but it's a cause for us to be very vigilant.
And finally, Mike, I did remember when during Sandy, part of the challenge was some of the other crews from other states that could have helped in the restoration here. They weren't available. The scope of this storm also, it's right now we're seeing it pounding the Midwest, making its way through, obviously all the way through the Northeast. Is that a challenge that if you needed help, it really can't be diverted from too many places because so many people are getting hit at the same time by a storm?
Right. It remains to be seen what one of the key features we had in Sandy was the duration of the storm was, and the scope, as you rightly indicate, was vast. Whether this storm is going to be as long in duration as Sandy was remains to be seen. That's a key part in us in terms of looking at damage and that sort of thing. But you're right. This is an industry-wide problem that we've sought to address. There's been a realignment of the resources for these mutual aid provisions going forward, and we expect to have more mutual aid crews available to us at this time than ever before. Well,
I know you got a challenging night ahead of you. I appreciate a few minutes, and good luck, Mike. Thank you again.
Thanks, Richard.
Okay, now we are going to be checking in on weather again with Jeff Denoyer here as we take a look as to how this storm is shaping up here. You take a look at the map, and trust me, all that blue stuff in the green, that's not good. But we're going to be talking about some freezing temps and some accumulations, what we could be looking at, not just for today and through this evening, but for the balance of the week. We'll have more on that after this.